everyone thought he was already dating Iroha. Feeling Mashiro's icy glare, Akiteru quickly clarifies that Iroma is Ozuma's little sister, then changes the topic to Suzuki's crush on their teacher, who's rumored to like macho guys. Hearing that, Suzuki gets fired up and storms out of the classroom. Akiteru, still feeling Mashiro's cold stare, sighs and asks if she has a problem. Mashiro demands that Akiteru bring her rice balls filled with seafood, declaring that since they're dating, it's his duty to serve her. She even threatens that if he refuses, she'll call off their fake relationship. Reluctantly, Akiteru does as he's told and returns with 2 rice balls and a drink for her. He sits back down and quietly eats a piece of bread he bought for himself. He briefly wonders if she might be jealous after overhearing his conversation about Irova, but dismisses the thought since Mashiro clearly hates him. Classes resume as Sumire steps to the front of the room, asking the students if they've all completed their homework. One boy raises his hand and admits that he forgot, prompting Sumire's anger. She launches into a lecture about responsibility, warning them that without discipline, they're nothing more than scum. The student tries to explain himself, but Sumire cuts him off, though she eventually lets it slide on the condition that he promises to do better. Akiteru glances at Mashiro and notices how intently she's watching Sumire. He notes that Sumire might not be the ideal homeroom teacher for a transfer student. When class ends, Sumire pauses at the door to call out Akiteru. She instructs him to meet her in the counseling room to discuss an assignment. Akiteru calmly agrees, but as soon as Sumire leaves, several boys approach him in concern, wondering how he can stay so composed when everyone knows how terrifying she is. He simply replies that she's not going to kill him, then heads for the counseling room. When he arrives, he's signaled to enter, only to be greeted by the sight of a torture chamber. He takes a seat at the center, and almost instantly, Sumire's demeanor changes. She bows to the ground, nervously asking for his forgiveness. Akiteru's attitude shifts as well. He suddenly seems far more confident than before. Sumire stammers through excuses about being overwhelmed with lesson plans and teaching duties. Akiteru pulls out his phone and shows her the notifications he received about her online activity, revealing that she's been doing other things instead of working. Sumire's teaching identity is Shibuku Murasaki. In class, she's feared as the strict, venomous queen, but to Akiteru and the rest of the Fifth Avenue Alliance, she's simply Sumire, their illustrator who always struggles to meet her deadlines. Akiteru points out Sumire's harsh words in class earlier, which visibly hurt her pride. She explains that her strict teacher persona isn't who she really is, since it's all just part of the act she plays in front of her students. Sighing, Akiteru decides to change the subject and asks about her progress so far. Sumire grows nervous and shows him her tablet, revealing a completely blank page. Irritated, Akiteru tries to throw her into one of the torture machines, then tugs on her ponytail as she struggles to get away. Sumire insists that she's suffering from artist block. Letting go of her hair, Akiteru sighs and tells her she should come to him if she was having trouble. Sumire protests, saying that doing so would ruin her cool image. Clearly losing patience, Akiteru presses a few pressure points on her shoulder in frustration. Once he releases her, he mutters that he never imagined Sumire could be so hopeless. He recalls the first time they met. He was scouting for potential illustrators at a manga convention but hadn't found anyone. Just as he was about to give up, he noticed a comic depicting a taboo romance. The artwork was so detailed that it immediately caught his attention. When he approached the artist to ask if she'd join his project, she turned around, and to his shock, he realized it was his homeroom teacher. That was when Akiteru decided to use what he knew about her secret to keep her working for him. Sumire still wishes that the encounter had happened differently, as it gave Akiteru the leverage to control her reputation as a reliable teacher. Akiteru tells her it's her own fault, and now that she's part of his team, she'd better start making drafts for the game. Sumire groans that she